name is Catherine Mayo. I'm a professor of photography at Cosumnes River College here in Sacramento, California. And I've always had a love of the arts and photography especially, and a love of historic processes. But it wasn't until I was teaching photo history here at Cosumnes River College that I started thinking I'd really love to be able to demonstrate some of these processes to my students. And so I learned the wet plate collodion process while I was preparing to teach photographic history to my students, and I fell in love with it. And I never looked back. It's just a magical process. I wanted to go back home. And I'm from Alabama, I'm from Selma, Alabama, and it wasn't until I'd been here a few years that I realized that the students that I had when I brought up Selma, the first thing they thought of was Selma, California, and not Selma, Alabama, and the connection that Selma had to the civil rights movement. I wanted to be able to create a body of work that would be meaningful, that would hopefully allow people who were looking at it to have a window into the culture where I grew up, and to allow people to understand the people from Selma. And I wanted to start conversations with the photography that I was doing, and I was able to accomplish a lot of those goals. I think I wanted to show that those stereotypes still do exist, but there are people that live there that don't adhere to that anymore, and they want to be known for breaking free of that. What I tried to do was I tried to portray the people of Selma as truthfully as I could. So I utilized a process that was used during the Civil War to photograph people who had participated in the civil rights movement, and then to also photograph the youth of Selma, there beyond. So I realized something that was happening, which was really interesting. I would sit people down and talk to them and try to make them comfortable. And then as we got ready to take the picture, the process was unknown to them. And so I was able to capture a moment of sometimes uncertainty where they were unsure of what was going to happen. The people of Selma responded very positively to the project. I came out of it with a change of heart, a different mind, more of an understanding of where I'm from, and then I think more of an ability to translate that information to my students here. When I photographed each person in Selma, I also recorded their stories. So I collected audio recordings, and I would take their photograph and then afterwards sit down with them and talk to them. I would ask them about where they grew up and what that childhood was like and what their experiences were like in Selma. I asked them if they had a hope for Selma, and each and every person that I talked to said that their hope was unity.